topic of this video is building linear models from verbal descriptions. Alright, let's talk about running a business. Maybe you plan to run a business of your own someday. Maybe you already own your own business. Costs of running a business that provides products or services come in two types, fixed and variable. Fixed costs do not depend on the quantity of product or services provided or sold, while variable costs do depend on the quantity of product or services. Let's look at a simple example of this. Imagine you are in the business of manufacturing bicycles and then selling them to the public. Let's take a look at some of the costs of running that business. First, let's talk about the fixed costs of running a business. These are costs that you have to pay no matter how many bicycles you make. You have to pay for the machinery that's used to assemble bicycles. You have to pay your employee salaries. You have to pay for insurance, and you have to pay for property taxes or rent for the facility where you intend to either make these bicycles or sell these bicycles to the public. Now let's turn our attention to the variable costs. Variable costs depend on the quantity of product or services. So for example, for every bike that you want to make and sell, you're going to need to pay for materials such as the handlebars, the frames, the wheels, etc., that all have to be put together. The more bicycles you make, the more your costs in assembling all of these items. So we've got fixed costs and variable costs. And when we model these costs in an algebra sense, the variables that we're going to use to represent fixed costs will be B, and the symbol we'll use to represent variable costs will be M. And you might be thinking, M, B, where did those come from? They came from the slope-intercept form of a line, mx plus b, and we will look at a problem that involves this idea in our next video.